Yellowstone is not reawakening. This was not a volcanic eruption. There's no magma involved. This was what's called a hydrothermal explosion. It's all about water. So what happens is there are these shallow reservoirs in Yellowstone. Everybody's familiar with their hot springs and thermal pools. Well, there are these chambers underground, pretty shallow, that hold water, and they are at boiling or almost boiling temperature, so they're already very hot. And you can get things that happen like a drop in pressure, and it triggers the water to flash right to steam. And it creates an explosion, and they can be very powerful. And it shoots water, steam, rocks, mud, all up into the air. And that's what people saw in Yellowstone this week.
Okay, next up, these humpback whales off the coast of New Hampshire. We see them kind of
Whales.
jump up and just like crash onto this boat.
You know, whales breach. And in fact, we're not quite sure why they breach. It could be some form of communication. It could be to get parasites off their body. It could be literally a form of play. But I can say that it had nothing to do with the boat being there.
So then something that sounds even scarier are these sharks that have cocaine in their system. Can you address to me if we should be concerned about cocaine sharks off the coast of Brazil?
Yes, they did detect minor amounts of cocaine in the sharks' organs that were living in very shallow coastal waters off of Brazil. And so, according to the paper, it's because there are a high number of users of cocaine in the area, and it gets put into the water system and gets into the sharks and maybe the food that they're eating.
Okay, so the headline definitely bigger than the story on that one.
Yes. Well, come on, who could resist cocaine sharks? But I will say, on a more serious note, it is indicative of drugs that we as humans use getting into the water systems around us and getting into, into the animals, accumulating in the animals. And that's not a good thing.